number 5 at Belmont Park. It's over the 1,300 metres. And again, I think like we've said throughout this card already, a really even race on paper.
Yeah, for the fillies and mares, of course. We'll have a look at Dendee winning last start at Northam.
Out to the middle comes Heavy Set from Belmaya, and Dendee further back, still about 6 off the leader when they go by the 300. Pegatigo 2 in front, but shaken up. Here comes Flirty Lady. Fizima was a Heavy Set. Wider out Dendee. Belmaya inside the 150. Pegatigo still in front. Fizima was a Flirty Lady cutting the margin. Belmaya, Dendee down the outside. Pegatigo, Fizima was a Dendee. It's Dendee deep out.
So much time for this galloper, and thought it was the best bet of the card. As you can see in that replay, it was no certainty until late, but that turn of foot was sensational. It'll be interesting to see how the galloper goes here on this type of track if the rain does come, because it's had 3 attempts on a soft track, never placed. Sarah Bonner is riding well. I'm just not sure that this race is going to suit Dendee as much as they would have liked.
Yeah, I thought it's opened up far too short as well. It's opened up around the $3 quote, which is just ridiculous odds for mine. Number 5 as well, Illusion of Light. I really like this horse, and you have to take into consideration its soft track form is very, very good. Last run behind State Solicitor was good too.
It was a really good performance behind State Solicitor. There's some horses you just don't want to put on top when you're doing tipping, and this is one of them. Hasn't won now for 752 days. Has had the 35 career starts. Only won on 3 occasions, but has placed on another 14. The last 3 runs has finished second behind On Trend, Grand Lorado and State Solicitor. Those form lines are good enough. You mentioned the soft form, 8 attempts on a soft track for a victory and 5 placings. I did everything possible to keep her out of being on top because she doesn't know how to win and doesn't like to win, but I think this is the race for her, and I'm going to put her on top. Number 5, Illusion of Light, from 3, Little Shadow, 2, Another Vision and 7, Black Aria.
Yes, I've got her on top as well. Number 5, Illusion of Light, from 8, Bourbon Dynasty, 2, Another Vision and the 10, High Tea.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park. We start getting to the business end of the card now, as well as the day on a plate over the 2,000 metres, an event for the 3-year-old Colton Geldings, and I think a pretty even field as well, with a lot of question marks about what horses are going to be able to handle the conditions and the 2,000 metres.
And the form lines as well. It's an interesting race. We'll have a look at number 3, Juicing Carrots last start, winning super impressively from last to first.
Ginger Ninja, and towards the tail trying to get a run through the field. Juicing Carrots coming along to the 300. Miss Halloween nursed in front, pricked her ears up. She'd moved 2 clear down the outside. In This Life, Anasaur and Maserati, and Juicing Carrots is still getting a run through the middle of the field. He's come from last, Juicing Carrots, and Imperious gets a late run as well. It's Juicing Carrots though in front from In This Life, Imperious and Juicing Carrots.
Good performance there by Juicing Carrots. We showed those colours a little bit earlier with the replay of Socially Unique, and it could be a nice day for trainer Alana Williams and also the connections here. Juicing Carrots has to be a serious contender in this race. As sat back there, they were a little bit worried that the horse may have not had the fitness, but was ridden cold by Jared Noski, tapped the line strongly and won by 1 length over In This Life. Now that fitness will certainly help. I think the step up in distance will help, and William Pike on board is also a positive.
Love the way this horse threaded through the field. It was a really, really nice performance. We've also got in the race, number 11, Outspoken Duke. Now, this horse is bred to get ground. 2,000 metres should suit. It's opened up at $51. Speaking to Rob Harvey yesterday, he just needs the 2,000 metres. He's by Duke of Marmalade, a Derby winner out of a Galileo mare. So, look, the conditions and the distance shouldn't be a problem for this galloper.
We've been saying it so often in box seat, haven't we, with the last 2 runs over the 1650, just to wait for this horse to get over ground. It's here. It's got the perfect draw in barrier 4. It gets a soft track as well, which I think it'll handle better than the others. This is a serious contender for the race, and at $50, I think you've certainly got to have a bit of a play here. I've got it in my numbers. It's just going to get the run of the race and track into it well, and I've got no question that the 2,000 metres and soft track are advantage. So I'm with you there. I think it's a leading contender.
Would have liked to have seen more leading into it, but hey, it's worth a play at 50 to 1. We've also got the favourite there. Number 7, Bow Count, was a massive performance in the Guineas last start. Was 3 wide the trip and just still ground away and battled on for 4th.
For a horse that was having its 3rd start, it probably should have finished last by about 10 lengths, because to be 3 wide for the entire trip over the 1,600 metres on a soft track, then to come under the whip at the top of the straight and continue to fight and then not lose much ground. As I'm with you, I think it was a tremendous performance here. Now you get the positives. You go from barrier 12 to barrier 3, the 55.5 kilos, so dropping in weight as well. This is another one like Outspoken Duke that should just get a lovely run through the early stages. Hasn't placed on a soft track before, but that run you saw can handle that. There's no issues there as well. So on their Bow Count is the one to beat, and it's the one that I've got on top as well. From number 3, Juicing Carrots, 11, Outspoken Duke, and 8, Checkers.
Yeah, very hard to go past number 7, Bow Count, from 11, Outspoken Duke. The 4 there, Jatumi, and number 3, Juicing Carrots.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is the listed event, the 2,000 metre Belmont Oaks. We do have some quality fillies going around in this race and looking forward to analysing it all.
Yeah, absolutely. The key form line would have to be the Belmont Guineas. Let's have a look at Showy Chloe's run for second behind Great Shot.
Goes for home now, Staples on Great Shot, and Great Shot had bolted away from them. Showy Chloe's off the inside now, giving chase, and they're followed by Pretentious Chant. Universal Lure is trying to wind up from the back of the field. Inside the 200 though, Great Shot is nicely clear from Showy Chloe. Jatumi, Universal Lure is late, and Senso as well, but Great Shot has absolutely walked in.
Strong run there by Showy Chloe, because you know that Great Shot is a serious animal. There's a couple of question marks though for this race. Obviously, stepping up to the 2,000 metres is the biggest one. Has to carry an extra kilo from that. Then you add in the expected conditions, and this is going to feel like a 2,200 metre race. So she's got class, probably more brilliance than any other runner in this race. But that's a serious question for mine, is that staying ability and over the distance as well. 4 attempts on a soft track for a victory and 3 seconds, so no issue there. Mitchell Pateman gets the ride. He'll be eager to try and win a listed race like this. But for mine, there's more questions than answers for Showy Chloe, but I still have to have her in my numbers on that brilliance that we've seen.
Also, by race 7, the inside is going to be very choppy from barrier 3. It's probably going to have to get back on the fence and get in that worse ground, but I loved its run last start in the Guineas. At the going past the post, Craig Staples on Great Shot turned around to Mitch Pateman, and Mitch said to him, "Oh, I thought I had you at the top of the straight, but Great Shot just far too good." I like the way Showy Chloe stuck to her guns, though. I still think it was a very, very nice performance. We've also got in the race from the Steve Wolfyard. Hey, listen, we've just got to respect anything that comes out of the Steve Wolfyard. He's flying, they are flying. Sean McGrady cannot not ride a winner. Every meeting he seems to be popping up. Have to respect this filly.
Yeah, I think you do. And as you said, the stable's going nicely, as is Sean McGrady. And I think this filly's got a bit of class about her too. The win at Belmont last start was really good, winning by 2.5 lengths. Just sat there. And for mine, taking a look at this, probably has the best turn of foot in the race. So from barrier 7, if they can get that nice spot, they drop 2 kilos down to 55.5 now. If it comes down to a sit and sprint, I think she'll be the one that'll be very hard to beat. Again, I think she has to be one of the leading contenders.
One of the other key form lines is the Capricorn Dancer form lines. Now, Capricorn Dancer won that race nicely, coming from about midfield, but in that race, the eye catcher was Harpoon. Now, this former Eastern States filly by High Chaparral ate up the ground in the last 300 metres. It was an outstanding performance for second.
Certainly did. It was interesting to analyse these two, because if you just look at those closing stages, you go, oh, Harpoon's the one to follow. But Capricorn Dancer probably had no right to win the race. Threw the head around everywhere. Lucy Warwick, I've never seen Lucy get off and show so much emotion. She was angry, she was annoyed, she was scared. Her dad mentioned in the interview that he was scared as well watching her. This horse had lost its mind through the run, was coming across heels, was throwing its head, was trying to charge. She had no control of it whatsoever throughout the run. Then, even when being wide, was able to keep winning. So it was pretty impressive. Peter Nucky takes a ride now. They pull the winkers off just to try and relax this galloper from barrier 8, and it has a good soft track record, so it can certainly run a race. Then, as you mentioned, Harpoon, you and I weren't big fans of that first up run, but got the extra distance here and the soft track, and just flew home late as well. I think the step up in distance is ideal, and Harpoon again can certainly run a race, and I think can be a winning chance.
Certainly worth putting in the numbers. Number 4 we'll touch on quickly as well. Ros Martini, the Belmont Guineas, came from last. They decided to ride cold. They told the stewards disseminated that information, and she ran on really nicely. She went past about half the field.
Flashed home late, and I think the soft track will certainly suit as well, so Ros Martini can play a part in this race. But I'm going to tip number 13, Press the Pedal. Proven stayer, proven soft track galloper, and comes from Adam Durant's stable with William Pike on board. So 13 on top for me. From number 8, Hey Listen, 1 Showy Chloe, and 11 Harpoon.
Number 1 for me, Showy Chloe. She'll handle the conditions. From 11 there, Harpoon. Number 6, Secret Doubt, and 4, Ros Martini.
Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It is the final race of the day. There are a couple that don't mind to swim in this final event as well. It looks to be an intriguing race on paper.
Yeah, the one returning though is a very smart black horse, this Alfred Nobel gelding, Black Dynamite. We'll go back to the 27th of February and have a look at it beating Showy Chloe.
High Tea, and then came Patrimonio in the straight though, and Showy Chloe's bolted away. Showy Chloe led by 3 lengths, has looked her race from the start. She's well clear, but Black Dynamite is starting to sizzle home now. Look at Black Dynamite finishing fast after Showy Chloe. Black Dynamite has stormed to the front from Showy Chloe. High Tea late the outside, Patrimonio late the outside.
Yeah, a while ago now, wasn't it, that run against Showy Chloe, but it was pretty impressive, and I know that the stable has a good opinion of this galloper. Brad Parnham does as well, and I think we all do from the runs that we've seen. But I've got a couple of question marks for this race. I think this horse is probably the best in the race and is going to go the furthest in its racing. but 1,000 metres may just be too short.
Yeah, it's not ideal for this horse. We've also got in the race ex-Hong Kong galloper, the Prince, this 8-year-old gelding by Flying Spur. Now, needed the run last start. He was a big boy in the yard. Should have taken improvement, but I'm not sure how it would go with the soft track.
Yeah, he's looked like Billy Brown as post-retirement has the Prince. He's certainly stacked on a couple of kilos, but those 2 runs have helped. The biggest thing, as you mentioned, is the soft track form, though the Gandemi's been pretty honest that they were hoping for hard ground. It should improve. Again, if you're looking at form lines, won $820,000 when racing over in Hong Kong, but I don't think the conditions or the race is going to suit.
One of the fillies in the race, It's Dynamite from the Lindsay Smith yard, has been running really well, hasn't been able to crack a race. I think with the 52 kilos here is certainly a chance.
Gets his chance. A lot of time for this filly as well. With the 52, as you mentioned, has a good track and distance record, has placed on a soft track before, and the form lines around Let It Slip, Prime Witness and War June are also good enough to win the race.
And number 3, Quickly Ruled to Win, an excellent soft track record.
Well, that's the biggest part for this galloper. 7 attempts on a soft track, 2 wins and 4 placings. It's had 14 runs at the track and distance as well for 4 victories and 5 placing, and that's why I'm going to put her on top. Number 3, Rule to Win. From 7, Roger the Roman, which gets a 2 kilo swing on Rule to Win. Number 11, Mystic Maid, and 8, Black Dynamite.
13, It's Dynamite for me, the filly to put her best foot forward from the 8, Black Dynamite. 11, Mystic Maid, and number 6, Hot Goods.
Well, potentially it could be quite a tough day to try and find some winners with the amount of rain that's going to be there, but let's try and get to those best bets, and I'm going to go with race 2, number 1, Proper Antis, and race 4, number 5, State Solicitor.
Yeah, there's still 8 winners and we'll try to find a couple of them. I've got race 4, number 5, State Solicitor, and race 6, number 7, Bow Count.
Well, it is Pink Ladies Day here at Belmont Park, so it should be a tremendous day out there. I don't think the rain will stop people coming, but do follow us on social media, Perth Racing on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, especially to find out the conditions and the way that the track is playing. On behalf of both of us, we hope you enjoy your day out there on course and hopefully found you a couple of winners.